Cardano family, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. Appreciate you guys as always for showing tremendous amount of love. You guys are absolutely killing it. Like, I just want to start off by saying that. Thank you for all your support. But yeah, looking across the board, I know this has not been, the best day, of course. Looking across the board, we're seeing a sea of red. I know people are frustrated. When is the market going to pump up, this and that? Market actually did start off on a really positive note as we did start off this month, but there are some factors we need to consider, especially when it comes to external factors that can have an impact on the broader market. And believe it or not, that's a huge catalyst behind the pullback that we have seen with BTC. And even if you're looking at the equity markets, you're starting to see a similar trend. Is this going to be short-lived? We'll see what happens. Obviously, Bitcoin is still below $106,000. Again, when I pull out the charts, things will make more sense. But we'll see the next few days how they do tend to play out. But, over the last 24 hours, this has been one of the largest pullbacks because, we have seen $1 billion liquidated over the course of the last, just 24 hours. So quite a large liquidation day, which of course really tells you how much the market has gone down. But Cardano is down about 10% right now, with the price currently sitting at 62.76 cents. And also, we're down about 6.1% in Bitcoin compared. Now, if you're looking at the valuation side of things, 22.6 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume is approaching about $1 billion. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So, since our last update, a lot has happened, and I'm sure no one can really deny that. You can see this for yourself. We were sitting at about 63.8%, for the dominance, and since then you guys can see a major spike, more than 1% increase for the dominance since our last update. So that really tells you a lot has changed, but a lot has changed for Bitcoin price as well, which of course is, the catalyst behind, the index moving the way it is. If you're looking at BTC, Bitcoin fell down about 4% since our last update, quite a sharp drop for BTC. And of course, since then we have seen Bitcoin bouncing a little bit, but in a grand scheme of things, we really want to see Bitcoin claiming back above 106,800. If you follow my channel on a regular day-to-day basis, that's a zone where I turned bullish for, BTC in terms of it hitting a new all-time high. Speaking about an all-time high, we came very, very close just 3 days back, literally just 3 days back. But sometimes, there are other factors that need to be considered. This does not mean that, we cannot bounce back up. But right now, the $100,000 is not out of the woods just yet because we are still below 106,800 key support resistance. So if you're looking at ADA though, because that's what obviously everyone wants to know, what's happening with ADA. So ADA is below the 78.6 fib zone. And I know not a lot of people are happy about this. All the gains, and I've said this in my Pepe update. I think I'm going to upload the Cardano video first. I'm not sure which video is going to go live first, but pretty much, all the gains that, ADA did make, the fact that it was able to get back into 78.6 pretty much for the first time since May, which again was not too long ago either. But, getting back into 78.6 was quite an interesting move for ADA. But like I said, it was short-lived and pretty much we're back down to where we started on June 6th. And you can see this for yourself. We touched right at the neckline of the 61.8 support line, and we have seen a bounce since then. This is a significant support, literally dating back to the 2022 levels, as you can see this for yourself. So, not a major surprise. And of course, this was an all-time high at one point back in 2021 as well. So that's why we do have some support around this range. And we have seen a little bit of a bounce since then. Let's see how the market reacts. But if Bitcoin is not able to claim back above that $106,800 key support line, key resistance, the chances of us falling down to, 59 cents for ADA is still on the table, believe it or not. Yes, a lot of people are going to come in and say, well, how fast can the market shift? Believe it or not, market can shift in a snap. When it comes to bearish and bullish momentum. And right now, of course, we're seeing bearish momentum because of the fact that there's some external news that is causing this to happen. But this is a target that I would realistically be looking out for at the 58.8 cents, which is a level we haven't seen since April, believe it or not. And the way dominance is picking up right now, if Bitcoin loses even a little bit of this support around, I would say this 102,800. the chances of us falling down to 100,000 is on the table, which of course could take the entire market down with it. So I'm going to keep you guys covered. Obviously, I'll keep you guys updated, but this is a realistic target to be looking out for right now if you are an ADA holder. Obviously, if you're in it for the long haul, I'm sure you guys don't care. You guys are just dollar cost averaging in. And accumulating. Remember, always do your due diligence research and invest what you can afford to lose. I cannot stress this enough. But yeah, that's how I'm currently taking a look at ADA. I still personally think Q3 and of course Q4 of this year is going to be quite interesting for the broader market. We still haven't seen the dominance pull down the way we wanted to. I think Bitcoin breaks towards a new all-time high, and then you really start seeing the dominance pulling down. But we'll see what happens. Let me know down below what you guys think. Where do you see the price of ADA going? Love you all. See you later. Been Crypto ZX, and peace out.